with the top left back and the sunshine shining. Cowboy, baby. West Coast chilling with the blues,
Well, howdy there, partners, and welcome to our show. Before you get too settled, though, there's something you should know. We're reviewing the Gunfighters. It's your last chance to go. It's your last chance for leaving. Your last chance to go. So be brave and dandy. Trust me, I know that. It's your last chance for leaving. Your last chance, my pal. That's everything from the moment at the OK Corral.
Oh
Hello,
my God.
people.
Oh, that's standing
Round of applause.
Well done, mate.
Round
Yes,
of
well done,
applause.
Craig.
That was unbelievable.
I wanted to set the scene for this
Haven't you
musical
just?
number, and
I
it's
mean,
kind
you
of
have.
like.
Has anybody told him that we're not doing the Gunfighters tonight?
I've
I
watched
know,
that for no
after
reason.
that.
There's no other
Well-
Doctor Who news to talk about. I don't know what you're talking about. So,
I know there's not. So here we are, listeners. We're doing
hey, hold on.
Gunfighters. Thank you very much, Suky. As always,
Right,
we're
right,
joined
Mum.
by Bob.
Can I call you back?
John.
I'm on a podcast with Doctor Who, Grace. All right, I'll speak to you later. Bye now.
Suky. Hello, boys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hi, John's
sorry.
mum.
Yeah.
Was
she
was it not
just-
Johnny Ringo on the phone?
No, it was my mum.
Oh, bless her.
No.
Did she have a view on this? She could have joined the console. She could have been the
She
additional
might
member.
have seen it originally. Who knows?
So, well, I'm going to go straight to it on this, and I'm going to start off with Suky. What were your first thoughts, Suky?
Okay, I know it's got a bad reputation, but I found it okay. It was a bit silly in places with the top accents and yee-hawing and stuff like that. And poor Stephen and Dodo, they were just out of their depth. And the Doctor, for some reason, was dumb, really dumb in this story. But it was fun. It was fun, and I quite liked the actual gunfight right at the end. It was well shot, even though there was no blood, and the people just couldn't aim for anybody at all. Aim at, So yeah, it was okay.
Bob.
Who picked this?
I did.
Suky.
Thanks, okay. Yeah, so it's all right. I mean, it is what it is. It's a bit of fluff. It's a bit of fun. I don't hate it. It's quite grueling and hard work. And it's annoying because I really like Westerns. And I used to love... One of my favourite films
I
is
didn't know
Tombstone, with White, like Val Kilmer. And,
Yeah, I love that.
And so that's why I always quite like this, because something just fallen on the floor. But it's hard work. And I tell you how disinteresting it is. So on the DVD, the info text pretty much doesn't talk about this episode. The making of on the DVD doesn't even talk about the episode. It just talks about the Hartnell era. That's how little I give a shit about it. But yeah, I mean, I'd rather have not watched it. But I have, and it was hard work. But it's fine. It's a bit of fun. At the time, I'm sure it was great, but not now. I don't hate it. I think you can. It's just whatever, innit?
Cliff.
I've said it a few times because I always thought, why don't people like it? But this is the first time I watched it, and I thought, you know what, I just watch it and just enjoy it, and I did. I enjoyed it. I thought it was camp. It was over the top. It looked like William Hartnell was actually enjoying himself as well. Yeah, I found the set was really well done. Apparently, it's the first BBC Western set they've ever did, which is great. So I like the songs as well. If you look at it in a way that it's just some bit of fun, it's actually all right. It's an all right. It's a fun.
It's all right. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
John.
Yeah. Well, imagine you're in some sort of world where you've been taken prisoner by your enemies. It's a harrowing time. You've been taken and dragged down to the cells, and they mean to break you. There's 4 lights. They mean to break you. And yeah, so this is what they put on repeat and make you watch endlessly. And within about 20, 25 minutes, that'll be it for you. and you'd be singing like a canary, and you'd tell them all where your loved ones' presents are and everything. Yeah, what a bag of shite. But I don't want to mince my words, but yeah, it wasn't great to watch. No, it was fine.
Why did you fucking pick it, Suky?
It was
Just to piss off Greg?
honestly,
Doing it to piss me off.
honestly,
Yeah,
it was
it wasn't
fine.
Wasn't to do to piss you off. There was a chap at work. I've told you about this chap. Who's
Oh,
good
yeah.
just going for the run.
That
And he,
cunt.
at the time we was about to pick it, he did go, "Oh, the Gunfighters are quite like this." So that stuck in my head.
Is it-
Right,
is it
enough
is
to
it-
befriend someone.
and the book is really excellent. The book is really
Oh,
funny.
okay.
Oh,
Is
everything,
it- is
it-
everything is excellent in comparison to what we just had to watch.
So
Is
you're
your-
telling
is-
us we should have read the book?
The book, if you like Donald Cotton's novels, they're really, really
Yeah, I
funny.
do. Is he your friend in our fantasy football league?
No.
Right, good. 'Cause-
Is your friend Neil, or is it
Start
just a mirror?
targeting him now.
Is it a
instead of-
mirror
yeah.
at work you talk to?
yeah.
Good looking fella he is. Good looking fella if it's a mirror.
Craig, what do you think?
Well, I've always made my views really clear on this episode. This to me is the epitome of the worst Doctor Who can be. It is truly, truly, truly cringeworthy in every way. But I have to give a thank you to one of our listeners that has liberated this episode a little bit for me, and that's Darren Pickles that sent a message to us saying that if we actually watch it and turn the sound down or mute the singing, it's bearable. And actually, I did that. And probably bearable is a bit of an exaggeration. It made it really, really sad.
I don't know that the singing was the worst part, to be honest. The little songs, it's a nice little sort of narrative thing on which to base your episode.
It's probably the best thing in it.
Yeah, it's probably the best thing in it in terms of like it's
Really?
interesting enough. Yeah, because it tells a story. It could do with not repeating itself a couple of times.
I think that's because the story was so slow. They had to remind everyone what they were actually trying to do because it nodded off.
I think it was very much based on old TV, like from the early years. All the
real
westerns
life,
and
isn't
stuff.
it? It's a historical. It's
Yeah,
based
but
on real
also
people.
it's a historical, but it's based not on real people. It's based on Hollywood's idea.
No,
of
Ringo
what-
Starr's real.
No, I'm saying
The story
I'm
is
not
real,
saying
as John's
that.
saying.
I'm
No,
saying the
he's
story
saying-
is real, but
Yeah.
Ringo
the
Starr's real,
episode-
is he?
oh,
Sorry, Ringo Starr.
oh man, I'm giving
Johnny
giving
Ringo.
up.
No, go, John.
Sorry,
Keep
John.
going.
No, I forgot what I forgot.
This is
At the,
what I
at the
think
time,
John's
though,
saying.
the 50s and 60s, was loads of input from America. And it
That's
all
what I was
Western.
trying to
That's
say.
it,
That was
that's
trying
And
to
it was
say,
all
yeah.
that polished 1950s, so everything looked nice, the shirts and
And
everything.
they all did that
Yeah, did
musical
it.
sort of thing. And
Yeah.
between the episodes, it's like there's parody in that. It's just really fucking dull as well. That didn't
Well,
help me.
I don't think they were trying to parody. I think they were trying to emulate it, and they just.
Well, that's kind of what I meant. Don't trick semantics with me, Suky.
No, but I think it becomes a parody because it's a bit shit. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause it's
unintentional, perhaps. Yeah.
just
unintentional.
intentional parody.
It just seems really nonsense. I mean, why? I mean, I don't know. Why are there songs in this? Was it some kind of
Well, that's what
production decision?
that's what I'm trying to explain. That is a narrative thing that they used to do on early TV.
Right.
The Western serials that they have with all the
Yeah.
white hat, black hat things.
Okay, right. I
That
didn't
is
know
the style in which they did it.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. It's an homage to that in
Yeah,
a
like
way. But also,
Rawhide and all that.
Yeah,
type of thing.
all that old TV from like the 40s.
My dad used to
Okay.
love watching that. He's got loads of it.
But it
Yeah.
still doesn't explain the completely camp, over-the-top acting by virtually every single
Oh, no.
cast member.
The Doctor Who characters, the Dodo and was it Stephen?
Even, yeah, the
Dodo was
complete
fine.
character.
Stephen was absolutely shit. I don't know what he was doing. He was
He
acting.
does.
say-
He does
it's-
because you listen to him on the commentary, and he's just he hates his story.
Yeah,
And
it's
one of the
like-
reasons why he
Yeah.
hates it is because he had to sing, and he's a good singer because he's done stuff in the past, Blue Peter pantomimes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know, but he's
this
no
isn't
actor,
the wrong
unfortunately. It
Yeah.
was not the singing, it was the acting that was at fault. He was over the top. It was like,
And he's
But,
usually
you know.
quite good as well.
Yeah.
Peter Purvis. Like he's I quite like Stephen, and I've not really seen much Dodo because a lot of
Well,
of us stuff exists or whatever. So.
You could explain the Stephen's performance in that he's also trying to do an American performance within the show itself, right? So he's got it in his head. I've got to do this American accent and act like an American gunslinger. All right, so he's overacting there. Whereas when he's doing his as himself, he's probably a lot better when he's doing that. But when the American accent, I think, maybe a bit over the top.
When he first came in the Chase, he has quite a good American accent.
Do you call that a good American accent?
It's standard American. It's all right. It's better than his one in this. So you know what I mean? It's
as good as Perry's.
Oh, Perry's is fantastic because she got away with it for years, having to do it in real life to trick J&T, didn't she? So
yep.
I heard that the song was actually going to be hers, not his, and she refused to do it, so he had to do it.
No, I think from what I've read,
she was shit.
Yeah, she was shit.
That's probably why she didn't last long.
They moved it on to her.
There is a real regular change of characters, isn't there? Companions towards the end of Hartnell series as well. I sometimes wonder why that was, if they just couldn't settle with Hartnell, or if it was the storylines were a little bit iffy.
It's production staff behind scenes were just coming and going. Right. So different production staff wanted their own take on the characters, which character was going to interact with the Doctor. So you'd have one producer wanting their character, and then they get rid of others. That's why Vicky was told to leave, and they brought another companion in. And
that's why the proper churn though of companions early on, isn't there?
It feels a very unstable era at the end. Really, once Barbara, Ian, and Susan go, it all feels very transient.
Well, it is like Suky said, just production people changing. It's all just in flux, and it gets a bit. I think that's a detriment to this era. I love what we're doing. What they do on the DVDs, just talking about something else apart from the.
But I do get the feeling in the Hartnell ones, like they were still finding their feet at this point, and you can clearly tell.
This is his third series, isn't it?
This is like this.
No, but it's like I think that's why they have to churn the production stuff, because ideas just don't last that long for these. And they needed fresh ideas, but like it was just a one-off, wasn't it? It's like a Christmas special version.
That's what I felt it was like. When you watch it, it feels like one of those, like, let's just do something a bit mad.
Yeah, it's definitely unique in Doctor Who. I'd say this is a unique episode. So that it's got that going for it. Like I said, I like the songs that drive the narrative a little bit. I just think it's a bit. It's just fucking hard work, innit? Like everyone it's just.
But if you watch it as something like, I'm just going to have a bit of a laugh, you can have a bit of a laugh with it, and it looks like.
I think as I was expecting it to be so bad, I actually, especially with that advice and Darren, did. Yeah. I'm not going to say I enjoyed it because I was watching it because we had to. I'd never choose to, but it wasn't unpleasant. I watched it over 2 days, and it wasn't as bad as I expected.
Well, they tried. So they had an extra camera, the up high camera, which I thought worked quite well.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It just felt like it was definitely. And I know they shoot it quite theatre, but it felt just like there was a lot of like 3 or 4 people in shot, rather than going to, back and forth like they would normally do. I don't know what that adds to something, but it's like the conversation. It just felt like they were filming a group of people trying to do bad American accents.
No, absolutely. That's a very good point. Yeah, that's a very good point. Now you mention it, that dominated most of it, was having the camera sort of standing off. It wasn't close in on any exchange, so you just lost a lot of.
You lose that facial.
You lose connectedness with it.
Yeah,
you don't feel connected with the scene.
It's like a fly on the wall observatory, observation, isn't it? What's going on?
Well, fly on the wall observatory.
The director is. Sorry, go on, Cliff.
I was going to say, Rex, the director. Do you reckon he did that on purpose because of the set they built? They tried to
probably a lot cheaper than what it is, and also probably a lot cheaper to do it this way.
Yeah, well,
quicker.
Rex Tucker was the original producer on Doctor Who. He was before Verity Lambert, right at the beginning. He was the original producer, and then he was told Verity took over completely. He made some of the decisions, but when he came back 3 years later, I think he's probably still thinking this is the way it's going to be done. I'm going to do it like this, and maybe just to put the nose out of joint from for William Hartnell, because there wasn't a lot of love between Hartnell and Rex Tucker, and I don't think there was that much love between Peter Purvis and Rex Tucker. All right, but he did have all his guest cast who have all worked for him before, because as the commentary says, they'd all worked for him, and he was quite pleasant to all of them, but he wasn't giving much direction to the regulars. So, I don't know. It's just one of them things. And he wasn't asked to come back again. So that was it. And he if in fact, I think you look at his the fourth episode, his name was actually taken off the credits
Really?
for the fourth
wow.
episode. In fact, I'll make sure of that just to be on the safe side.
It's a strange one. I think I quite like Doc Holliday.
Yeah.
I think he's portrayed quite well for the Doc Holliday kind of character. He reminds me a bit like of a naughty Hartnell as well, which I quite like. I think White Earp's good.
It's a nice way to get him in with the doctor wanting going to the dentist.
Yeah,
which
dentist
was
and all that. It's quite cool.
Up.
I quite the woman's quite good. I don't know, like she's a bit
Mistress,
mischievous and all that. Yeah. Like it's got a lot of potential. I just think it's shot badly. And I don't know. And it's not the pacing's slow.
Yeah,
so
the story
interest.
isn't well done either.
Yeah,
it's
too long.
grab you.
Too long. They could have got it down to
Two
like
part
3
would be-
or 2.
Well,
I
it's
think
not a lot
two,
really.
5, maybe 10 minutes. Yeah.
So why does Dodo disappear off in part 3? You know when Doc
She
Holliday and
shits
the other
wouldn't
woman.
sing.
Well, she goes,
Really?
doesn't she? It doesn't make any sense to me because she goes and then just comes straight back. I didn't get- unless I had fallen asleep in a plot development.
No.
Padding, Craig. I'd say it's padding.
Right, yeah, because there were a couple of things when I first watched it I didn't understand. Like, why did the doctor arrive and decide that he'd go for a tooth pulling out at that place with his TARDIS and all his developments in science? He could have gone anywhere. Then I realised, of course,
Why not go to the invention of dentistry when it's all a bit shit and I've got to use whiskey?
Exactly, yeah.
and
I
not
like
my
that
teeth?
when he says, "I can hit you with the butt of me gun or drink."
Yeah,
Yeah, so funny.
that didn't make any sense to me at all, really. And then the Dodo going off and coming back didn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
the
either.
Dodo bit gets explained because she joined up to be one of the whores at the saloon.
Why would she do that, really?
No,
Wanted to
she,
bang.
Something to do
she was
with
She loves,
kidnapped.
she just loves
She was
giving it
taken.
out.
Loves giving it out.
It's better than this shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just going to go get banged for money.
She was
Fair enough.
taken
What's
by Doc Holliday and Kate, didn't she? So
Yeah.
they took
But then
her
he just
away.
gives up, doesn't it? I mean, it's if she pulls that gun on him, as if someone as mercenary as evil as Doc Holliday couldn't have got out of a situation like that. And then they just bond over the fact that she didn't want to kill him and he didn't want to die. That whole thing was really stupid.
It was
me.
bollocks, Craig. Yes, it was
It was
bollocks.
total bot. That just was
Yeah.
really weak story writing.
Well, what
Yeah.
thing that got me, one of the worst bits, is when they're walking down the street, the two guys, and everyone's shooting at them.
Yeah,
Just going through them or something.
But the good, like I don't know who said it earlier on, but the gunfight was good.
Was it good,
Yeah.
actually? when
Yeah,
it
the
got-
gunfight
all
was
right.
actually
it was
done.
all right. That
but the actual way it was shot in certain angles, I mean, you got these two guys just walking down and nobody shoots them. And then the final shot is him just basically standing over the guy. So how close had he got to be able to take the killer shot, whereas the other guy couldn't shoot him at all? They were just bad shots. Or
I think
just
he was a
badly shot.
stormtrooper, possibly.
Yeah,
think
I was
we're
right.
all-
Rex Tucker's name was taken off the episode.
Oh, there you go. Of course, you're right,
Yeah.
Sucky. You're never wrong, are you?
Why
Thank
was
you,
it
mate.
taken off, though? Because if
Yeah.
you're going to take them off, you take them off all of it.
No. Well, it's a weekly thing. They're only shot
Weekly,
about
innit?
two
Yeah.
weeks or a week before they're
Oh,
actually
right.
released. So he's decided to take his name off.
Week
right at the
3,
end.
Rex, you can fuck off. Oh, we're done with you.
I don't want you
Had
back.
enough. Yeah.
See,
Did
another
he
scene
do
that I
anything
wasn't-
else after that?
Rex Tucker.
Rex Tucker never did a
went-
Doctor Who.
He went to be a
Oh,
whore in Tombstone.
Was he in Grange Hill?
Went off with Dodo and finally could sell his
What?
body for
Tucker
money.
Jenkins, that is. Tucker Jenkins.
Jenkins, yeah. You knew that as well, John.
Mm.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Craig? Craig was saying
The
some
scene
words.
where the doctor's in prison, or he comes out of prison, he's befriending Doc Holliday, and Stephen is outside with a noose about to go around his neck. And the sheriff goes out with his gun, and it makes no difference to the developments. No one's scared. But one of them sneaks around the back with a gun, and they're basically standing similar distance away, and gets to go. And suddenly everyone collapses and disappears off like it was the biggest threat. Again, it was just a plot hole for me. Like, what was the difference, really? He could have been shot dead from where the sheriff was.
But Craig, remember, of course, that you are a seasoned Doctor Who watcher. You've watched a lot of stuff in Doctor Who. Are you at all surprised by any of what you've just said?
You could also explain that away to the fact that it's a small studio and they can't have long shots. You can't have Wyatt or right down the other end of the studio shouting, so let him go. They needed him to be in camera shot and everything, so they done that. And the same with when Billy Clanton or Billy Earp or whatever, one of the Earps that turns up at Ike Clanton's place, he has to walk into the building where it's more likely he would have been right outside the cabin of 100 yards away, shouting the instructions. We'll meet you down the old cake around.
Again, Suky, you've watched a lot of this stuff, so I'm guessing that you were,
I'm going to tell you something I did think was good.
Oh, good. That's good. That's the good stuff.
I don't know. I thought it was a really quite nice moment. That phrase is really careful. Where the barkeeper gets killed. Shock moment, really. It was a bit of an event for me. I wasn't really seeing that coming. And he kind of, the way he sprawled all over and you saw the whiskey bottle pouring. That felt really kind of showdown in the OK Corral. It felt typical of the genre, really.
It was also to show how bad Johnny Ringo was, that he go around killing the barman.
Complete innocent man.
Ringo Starr. Such a bad
Johnny Ringo.
It's his part-time job after the Beatles.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what. I've watched the finale of Cobra Kai. Completely relevant.
Not yet.
This always happens when you watch shit Doctor Who. Bobbitt's reminded about Cobra Kai.
I've cried my fucking eyes out for it was unbelievable. What a journey Cobra Kai has been.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
we've been with you. We've been with you for a lot of it.
Yeah, I've been with you. That's
It's Cobra Kai, so the seasonal drop, and I will just think, watch one. I slept 4 or 5 in the morning, watch them all because it's so awesome. But yet, shit. A group of grown-ups making kids kill each other and fight, and that is mental. It's mental. But it's amazing. So yeah, the finale just happened, and I've just finished that, and it was just unreal.
And you was going on about it last night as well.
I won't talk about it, Suky. I don't want to ruin it for you, but oh my god, unbelievable telly.
So Suky, you chose this because a member of your colleagues is watching this. I want you just to reflect, and I want to know
on that fucker.
Are you glad you?
He listens to the podcast, by the way.
Yeah, what's his name?
I don't know the man, so thank you for inflicting this on me. But he didn't know, unlike you, that this is my most hated episode. So I have no vengeance against this poor man. No, he's deluded because he enjoyed it. Sorry.
Did he enjoy it?
Well, he's enjoying his run, watching all the stories.
It's not about him, it's about you, Suky.
He's a bit gutted with all the missing episodes, though.
Oh, good. Good. We're a bit gutted about when you do this fucker.
I would prefer to watch a missing episode, i.e. nothing.
Well, Savages that's coming out in a couple of weeks is at least the follow one. That was an advantage to this. It did.
Hello, Matt.
I was going to say, hi, Matt. Look at him bringing in breaking his vodka. Look at that. Don't be a servant. Don't be a slave to this twat.
Marriage is about, isn't it?
Yeah, get your penny on, Matt, when you deliver it next time.
Tell him Craig I'm doing this. But yeah, no, that is what I thought when it finished and it was the Savages next. At least there has been an advantage of setting my expectations low for the Savages when it comes out, because I have no idea what that's going to be about. I'm looking forward to it.
Do you know what, as well? Animations. So we did the Celestial Toy Maker, didn't we? And it was hard work. But the animation is brilliant.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's amazing, but to see it like that after doing it, fairly recently to watching it, it was really good. So I'm interested to see more about what the animation that they do with the Savages. But the Celestial Toy Maker was awesome.
I love the animation ones. When they come out, I actually get really excited about them.
Absolutely no idea what you toys are talking about.
I like the Celestial Toy Maker.
Have you watched the animated one, Cliff?
No.
Because we did the still version.
We watched the original, yeah.
And
I only watched the original.
Well, yeah. OJ. Well, it's well, the animation it really does.
Oh, it was an animated. All right, okay.
Yeah.
The animation is far out there which suits
Yeah.
the story,
It's
the way
great.
the story,
Yeah.
because
Like
it's really
trippy,
storybook.
trippy and stuff.
Because I put it on because I bought it after watching, and then I was like, "Fucking hell, this is genuinely really good." It's because I do struggle with the animations a bit because they're a bit
I love them.
Okay,
Celestial Time Maker is the only one I've struggled with, and I think maybe it's because it came out quite quickly after we reviewed it, didn't it? So I just watched it. It was a bit too soon,
Yeah.
and I did
But
watch
that-
episode 1, and then it's still actually sat by the DVD player because I can't
Well, that was
file it.
my surprise was watching animation after thinking this is going to be shit. I'm just going to have to do it because I bought it, and just thinking, I wish this had been out bloody when we did the review.
Yeah, when we did the podcast,
review,
yeah.
ready for the the specials or whatever. So.
So much better to watch if you're off your face on mushrooms.
Oh mate, I think I have a big chong.
I watched it long time. Like,
Good, yeah, big chong.
So should we talk about the trailer then for the new series?
No,
I don't
that's going to be a bonus episode, Craig. We're going to do a bonus episode after this very quickly because we've only been doing it for 20 minutes. So we'll do a bonus.
Is there anything else to say about the Gunfighters? I honestly don't know if I do.
I don't.
I heard, I don't know if this is true, that this is one of the reasons where they stopped doing like a lot of historical stuff after it. I don't know
Probably.
if that's true.
Yeah, probably. Because
they just thought,
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the new series does historicals better because they actually have the science fiction in there as well. Don't like Shakespeare,
But they always have
witches,
but they always have an alien. Whereas this is the one.
this is just pure historical.
Yeah.
Well, then I was thinking about this. Now you've said it quickly. Like Black Orchid with Davidson's a historical. There's no real baddie in that, but that's even more interesting than this, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's 2 parts.
Yeah,
It's true. That
Quickly
is
go
a
through.
good point.
There's only two historicals after this story, which is the Smugglers and Highlanders, and that's it. And then they kill the pure historical until Black Orchid.
They always
But
have
I mean, the myth was that this was the lowest rated story, and that's the reason why they've got rid of the historicals and all this stuff. But this actually rated higher than some of the stories that came after it. So
That's a shame because actually I like things like the Romans and the Aztecs and things like that. There's some really good stories out there, but this one is particularly weak. And I think it is just for me, the story is very weak, the production and the acting and the songs, the script, the production value,
The people, the way it looks, the way it sounds.
the fact they were breathing.
Yeah.
It's loads of corpses. Fucking
That would be more interesting. What's the rigor setting?
overdubs.
Oh, that's really tasteless. Sorry. Apologies to people. If you've been quiet for a while,
Have you become Cliff, Craig?
I just become delusional having watched this. I tell you, I've got a picture of Suky on my dartboard and I've been practicing every day.
Let's end this shit.
hey, there's no need for that.
Let's end this shit. Let's do whatever we have to do to wrap this bullshit up.
Okay, right.
Now-
Let's do. This is, listeners, this I think has probably been our shortest ever episode of Around the Console. And once again, I would like to thank
it's
Suky.
probably on par with that one you picked ages
42.
ago.
Oh,
42.
genius. Okay. Would you rather watch 42 or this?
I'd rather
That's
watch
the
42.
question.
That was
Shorter.
42. Yeah.
No, I'd rather watch
Oh,
Gunfighters.
so-
I'm going to go with Gunfighter solidarity with my work colleague.
What's the worst colleague's name?
Paul.
It's okay. It's just a mirror.
Yeah.
Paul, that's all I'm going to say, Paul.
Paul. Thank you, Paul. I hope
Does
you
your-
are enjoying your run.
Does your work colleague stand in front of you when you're brushing your teeth and look exactly the same as you? On
They
a
call
morning?
himself Paul.
I'm going to say yes.
All right.
So, just so he doesn't get any flack.
All right. Okay.
I'll
No,
take
it's,
it all.
it's not. No, it's you're getting the flack. But from
Yeah,
Paul.
you'll
the
get the
flack.
flack,
Yeah. But I'll get it when he
Last,
listens
I
to
don't
the
know now
podcast
if
afterwards.
I've got the honour anymore of saying I chose the worst episode in 42.
Oh
or
no,
if-
42 is worse than this because this at least has some interesting points. 42 is devoid of
Tell me
absolutely
one interesting point
points.
about this, John. One interesting point.
Yeah, it was not 42. That's your interesting point. That's what gives it that edge. You know what I mean?
It had horses
Yeah,
in this.
Collins was all steamy in 42. It did nothing for me, but surely that was at least something.
No,
I
42
like
can
the-
jump in a hole.
Come on, let's just wrap this up.
Okay,
Come on,
right.
Craig.
2 words.
Fucking
Let's
hell.
go. I'm leaving you to last, Suky, so that we can all be. Oh, I said 2 words. That's what it was. Oh, yeah, I remember. Bob, 2 words. Final
fuck-
thoughts.
Fuck Paul.
Oh man,
Oh, is he good looking? Sorry.
Oh
No,
my
Paul,
God.
6'5",
No.
quite chunky, but good
Mate,
lad.
I'm a little
Who's a
fucking ginger
bear?
ginger.
Mm.
Have you
Cliff.
seen the angry Irishman when they get going? No, you have not. I'll bite his fucking knees off. Come on, Paul.
What are you talking about now? You're not saying Paul, are you?
He's having a
Paul,
good-
Paul, I just want to say, because I know you listen to this,
what the hell's
I'm
happening?
completely joking, and I love you dearly. Don't know you.
He's
Jesus
fled the
Christ.
country right now, but he's booking a plane over to Australia.
But you just happened to be watching Gunfighters when Suky passed you. So, and it's obviously Suky's fault. So
You have
he
to
will,
accept responsibility
he will-
for things,
he will-
don't you?
In 2 years' time, Suky will accept the rage when he's least looking. So it's all fine, Paul. But yeah, it's still fuck Paul. So yeah.
Well,
Hey.
he's actually just watching Android Invasion right now. Or he
Oh,
was
he
last
watched that.
episode.
That was good.
Yeah,
That's good, that one.
I asked him,
No,
I
it
said, what do you
wasn't.
think?
Who
It
chose
wasn't.
Android Invasion? Who
Can-
chose
can-
that? Was that John?
Shit.
I think it
I
was
don't
Android
know.
Invasion. Was good. I think it was John.
John,
Don't
I
ask
think.
me. I don't recall anything that I did last week. Please, no.
Oh.
Anyway.
I don't. None of this gets stored away up here, Craig. You
Yeah.
lot are just ephemeral to.
Bit like all apart from 2 minutes of the Gunfighters, we're padding here. So, Cliff, can you tell me your final thoughts and two words?
You've got to watch it. Just if you like Doctor Who in anything, you've got to watch the shit to appreciate the good. So watch it because I went through it, so you can watch it and find something good in it. You might do. And the 2 words is saloon whore.
Need to talk about your mother.
Bubble, actually.
John.
No, I've got to. No. Wombstone.
Wow.
Coming from. As always, it's going to the well and truly X-rated. John, final thoughts and 2 words, please.
Final thoughts is absolute gash. My 2 words are, and I'm gonna hyphenate a number here. So the answer is not 42.
I love it.
So it's got an elevated status in your eyes purely because of that.
It's on.
Suky.
It's very low bar though, Craig. Very low bar.
If you're going to
I'm
leave me
hoping,
to
Suki,
last,
you're not going to sleep too well tonight. You should be feeling repentant tonight for putting us, your friends, through this.
Oh, no, I'm not. I don't care.
Oh my God, he's
Right,
psychotic.
I've been sitting here thinking too. First one was going to be Charlie's Lament because I didn't like the fact that Charlie was just shot down in cold blood.
I quite
For
liked
a
it.
story that's it's just fun and it's silly.
Charlie's Lament. I like that. I think that's going to be a title, Suki.
Yeah, it's just fun and silly.
Black
And
tape.
I mean, the history isn't accurate, but what can you say? But my 2 words are actually going to be Western Whiplash.
Oh.
Who would give you the whiplash, Suki, given a choice? Which
Because
cast
you've gone
member
from
would be?
you go through the silly and all that, and then you go right to the end, and you got the brutal killings of everybody left, right, and centre. So it's a bit of a whiplash. There's a big.
If you wanted to alliterate, you could have just said Western Wank. That would have been.
Yeah, but
Oh, I
then-
might
probably
claim
better.
that. But
Oh, there's a few titles of this podcast now. Suki, you've named them all. You've done good.
thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad I redeemed
Greg?
myself in some of
Uh,
your eyes.
It's
like
fucking done.
when I was watching the actual episodes, I'm really glad now that this podcast is finished because I can pretend that Gunfighters never exists, which is where it needs to be.
We can never do it again unless we
Never do it
change-
again.
We
Unless we
can always do a
rebrand.
retrospective.
Unless we change our name, especially. Next week, it's a special edition. We're called and we're reviewing the Gunfighters. No.
Welcome to Slave and Haven. And on this episode, we're reviewing the Gunfighters.
My 2 words, really straightforward. The Gunfighters. Because it is.
Oh, Craig. That's good.
It's
That's
just
good.
terrible. And with that, we are counting down to the next season of shooting. But beforehand, lovely listeners, we will be squeezing in another episode of your favourite podcast that reviews Doctor Who. So, as always, at this time of the episode, we need to be naming our choices so Bob can spin the dice and one of us lucky hosts will be getting our way. Thank God, please. It isn't going to be Suki, Bob. I'll pay you.
Come to me now.
So, choices at the ready. I'll give John 30 seconds to quickly Google something. And
You overestimate me.
you should go and listen to it.
You're going to go for
Cliff?
me first. All right.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
going for
going to
you
go
first.
for. Have we done the Happiness Patrol?
We have, I think.
Not for this podcast.
Not for
Have
this
we
podcast.
not?
Happiness.
I'm happy with that because it's on that Blu-ray.
I need a couple of details on each one, by the way, as in a number of episodes.
Three
What
episodes.
era?
Three
What era?
episodes, Sylvester
What doctor? Which companion?
Sylvester McCoy and Ash.
Right.
Nice.
Okay.
Mr. McCoy.
Okay, right. Happiness Patrol. Bob.
That's the re-edited one on the Blu-ray, isn't it?
It could be any, couldn't it? We
Well,
don't usually. It's on the Blu-ray, yeah.
I was going to choose. I was actually going to choose Spearhead from Space if we haven't done it yet.
We've done Spearhead.
We have
did it
in
a
this
few months
podcast.
ago, yeah.
Not in this.
No, I
podcast.
can never remember. I get mixed up between.
I've
this
never
and,
heard of that one.
No, I've not.
First,
We've
John
done this
Pertwee's
podcast.
first one.
We've not done this podcast, have we?
No, we haven't.
No.
Have we got a list? Suky, do you not keep a list? You're the organised one.
I have done it.
Oh, of course you did with someone fucking else.
Yeah.
You absolute swinger of podcast. So I'm going to go with Ambassadors of Death.
Ambassadors of Death.
That's the new Blu-ray, isn't it?
Yeah, Susan.
You need to explain it a little bit for John, please, if
Yeah.
you can, Bob.
Details.
It's, 2 episodes. John Pertwee.
2 episodes,
It's
isn't
not-
that
it's
20 episodes?
Right.
It's 7
All
episodes.
Noted.
7 episodes.
What about you, Craig?
Okay. Suky.
Oh, Suky.
Oh, I'm going to pick one at random. And it'll be. We can't do that. It's missing. So we'll go with the Demons.
Oh,
5-part
yeah,
John Pertwee
that's
story.
Good. That's good.
So we've had a.
Oh, get some
Sylvester
karate
McCoy.
action.
We've had. Who was yours again, Bob? Yours was
Ambassadors.
of Death. Although,
that's a
although
John
I might
Pertwee
go-
as well.
I might go Happiness Patrol just because I want to watch the edit. I'm going to go Happiness Patrol with Cliff. Yeah.
Okay, right. So I'm gonna just for a moment, John. I know I normally come to you now, but I'm gonna actually be cheeky and butt in. I was gonna go with the Dominators by Patrick Trout, but with Patrick
My
Trout.
God,
Well,
what a terrible story, Craig. You know, good
it
grief.
always
Fall
is?
asleep during that.
I've got a thing. Patrick Troughton.
What is it between your legs?
No, that's not there.
Don't be
Patrick
cheeky.
Troughton was going to be in the Gunfighters as Ringo.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, but they couldn't
Oh,
get him
yeah.
in time.
Ringo Starr. He looks like Ringo Starr.
Yeah,
Ringo
well,
Starr.
Jane,
So-
Jane Tucker from Rod, Jane and Freddie was in this as well. It was one of the
Really?
background.
I remember Rod, Jane and Freddie.
And she's actually Rex Tucker's daughter, who's the director.
Was she then the whore?
She was one of the women in the background somewhere.
She
I
was
don't
a,
know where.
child.
The whore.
She'll be about 15, 16 at the time.
Right, my story. Happiness Patrol. Knew at the minute Cliff said it. So that's 3 votes for Suky. Sorry, for
But
Happiness
Happiness
Patrol.
One for
John.
the Demons.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I want to do 42 again. I think we deserve a retrospective.
Oh my
Can't do it,
god!
we've done it.
I know,
Done it.
but,
Yeah, we've done
but
it.
don't press me. We can do it.
I
twice.
wasn't on it, so we could
We're gonna
redo
do
it
a
again.
retrospective.
Don't.
If it's my pick, I'm going to do that. You get to. No.
You're really picking 42.
Yeah, I want you to put the faith in the dice, Bob. Let the dice decide.
Don't think we've done it for this.
I'm crossing my fingers and
We
everything.
didn't do it.
We
Oh, I
did
thought it
because
too. I really like it.
John, you're a cunt. I'll tell you why, because it's a fucking 1 and you're 1.
I changed my mind, actually. I want to do the demons.
Oh, there we go. That's fine.
We actually done the demons. I know I also said to everything that's
And-
Nolan, but
And I really don't want to do 42 again. I was only fucking joking.
I do 42 any minute. It's great. Do you know what you're
And
on
the, de-
about?
and,
I
the
mean-
demon, and the demon sounds like a good name, so we'll go for that
That
one.
is
Demons
my
is
honest.
good.
That is my honesty as well, because I would have gone. I could say
No. I know. And I could see the way your face fell, but it was true.
fucking fuming.
Ah,
Cool. Right, well,
Demons-
Gunfighters.
It's
Done.
Suky's
Thank God.
choice again.
is it?
Yeah,
how many,
It's Suky's
episodes,
choice, isn't
how
it?
many episodes is it, Suki?
No, it's John's
5.
choice. It's John's
Yeah,
choice.
it's my choice, but
Yeah.
how many episodes is
5.
demons?
5.
Oh, fuck. Can I change my mind again?
Yeah. Yeah, you
Wild
can.
Orchid. The Black Locust. Black
No.
Orchid.
Oh,
Two
Happiness
episodes.
Patrol. Happiness
why don't you
Patrol.
change it to an episode of Coronation Street?
3 episodes.
Happiness.
No, we'll just do an episode.
Happiness
Just
Patrol
remember
it is.
Oh, hang on. Let me. Oh, yeah, it's 1. John, Happiness Patrol. Excellent.
Yeah,
there we go.
Happiness
Lovely.
Patrol. I'll give in to the peers.
I'm completely lost. What are we actually reviewing? I'm not sure that John should be
Happiness
able to
Patrol.
change his mind. He said 42. I'm going to insist on 42.
I'm going to
Yeah.
insist you fuck off.
Yeah, we're not doing the pod if that's the case. They're just not going to turn up.
I'm gonna, yeah, because he
And-
won't turn up. We'll have to get fucking Liam in again because it's so shit that you didn't even bother
I'd love to
turning up.
get
for your
Liam in.
fucking story.
No, Happiness Patrol. I don't know what it is, but assuming it isn't fucking 5 episodes.
3.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
fine.
It's streets.
3 episodes.
I'm fine with that.
And are we going to watch the
re?
Are we just looking to
Yeah.
watch either the re-edited one or the original one, whichever, just in general?
It'll have-
Whichever one is on iPlayer is the
Yeah,
one
the
I'm
one on
watching.
iPlayer though,
Original.
isn't it? Because John
Well,
will never
I'll
have
be
the
watching the
Blu-ray.
edited one. So that's,
I'll watch the edited one as well.
Well, the ones who've probably got the Blu-ray probably watch both versions.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
We don't all have that time, Suki. Some of us are busy. We can't watch them at work.
Tragic bastards.
With your friend.
Paul.
With your friend.
You've gone down in my estimation
love you,
since
love you,
Gunfighters.
Paul. Love you, Paul. Right, let's just fucking
Right.
end this.
Thank
Paul
you,
with-
listeners.
Paul with his
We
big
hope you
bushy
enjoyed
beard.
that kind of. I suppose in some ways it was a bit of a gunfight amongst ourselves there, just kind of killing Suki for choosing such crap. Until next time, when we get to review the excellent,
Happiness.
purely fantastic episode, Happiness Patrol. Take care and count down to the new series. Bye, listeners. Bye-bye.
Bye.